Be strong.
Some people might be starting to run out of time when it comes to making the final four, as 10 drivers are just 6 races away from moving into this final four battle. But tonight it is round number 6 of this Sunset Arctic Games USRC Grand National Series. Tonight, Sin City, USA. After a week off, we join you from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tonight, it is the Las Vegas 180. It is round number 6 of the Sunset Arctic Games USRC Grand National Series. I am the captain, Chris Scala. Welcome in to race number 2 of this evening, or race number 7 officially in the last 6 days, broadcasted here on Captain TV. 76 degrees, ambient temp 91. That is going to go down a little bit when we get into the race session in about a minute or so, because we're going to switch from the middle of the afternoon into the evening time and go racing under the lights here at Vegas. A little bit of a wind out there, 15 mile an hour, 14% humidity. It's what they call a dry heat in Sin City, Las Vegas. But we welcome you in to what is going to be a fun night of racing. Let's take a look at the schedule. As you know, last week we were off. Tonight, Las Vegas. Next week, we go to Pocono Raceway for 70 laps out there in the Tricky Triangle. Then Phoenix Raceway as we start the month of May. Michigan, Martinsville, and Atlanta finishing out the regular season before the Final Four in the month of June, as we work our way into the stretch area and see who is going to be the 10 drivers to work their way into the chase. Now, right now, here's your top 10 entering the point standings. Dylan Ault, after his rough weekend 2 weeks ago, his streak is over, won the first 4 races. His father, Bill Ault, kind of spun him out in the front straightaway and won the race at Talladega, getting the win there. But Dylan leads by 17 over Sam Fontaine. Bill Ault's third. Ben Dunn, Sean Peachin, Justin Hughes, Cody Beatty, Ryan White, Drift, and Travis Adzillo, your top 10 in the points. Those are the guys right now locked into the Final Four as we are halfway entering this evening in this 120-lap race here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And again, big shout-out to Sunset Arctic Games and their video game Voltic Pistol you can purchase on Steam, of course, anytime you would like. I actually got the game recently and have been enjoying it myself, so you see all the cars on the grid, and of course Drift is always the awkward one on pit road, needless to say. But something new this week we get to announce. You might have noticed the last 2 broadcasts, the cameras have been a little bit different. That is because we are teamed up with Track Cams for Gourmets. Of course, they have been producing iRacing cameras since 2012. They offer ovals, road, also dirt since 2012. Plus, they have a VR package and also a fan experience that you could check out where you're actually like sitting out in a crowd watching a race on iRacing. So really cool deal going on there. You can check out trackcams22.com for all the details on all that. But again, trackcams22.com for all the details about that awesome package that we have worked out. Take a look at the starting lineup. This was done all last night through the random wheel that a lot of people are starting to get annoyed by. Let's just put it like that. When it's all said and done. The pole sitter tonight, Josh Durham, the 72 car, and Brian Perry will start on the outside of row number 1. Matthew Telder, Bill Alt in row number 2. Frank DiMaggio and Ryan White in row number 3. Drift in the number 14 will start inside of Zach Kalinin. Row number 5, you have Sam Fontaine, or Gru as we know him as, and Travis Sadzillo. Dylan Alt and Ben Dunn will start in row 6. Row 7, Jonathan Thomas and Justin Laxton. Row number 8, Andy Moore and Justin Hughes. As we look at the rest of your 28 cars here, Michael Steffen and Thomas Harmon. Sean Peachin, James Jacobs, or Ford as we know him as, will start 19th and 20th. And somebody starting on pit road, Steven Langerfeld, I've just noticed, as he was supposed to start 25th in this race. Daniel Trottier and Ralph Fasano. Cody Beatty, Cedric Ingram. And there's Langenfeld, Jez Zabowski, Brandon Trujembo, Robert Smith making his first race of the season. And that is it. The 28 starters that will start this race when it is all over with tonight. 120 laps going to make up the 180 miles in this race. 3 sets of tires, 1 reset, full tank of fuel, and a partridge and a pear tree to get us to the finish of this race. So we appreciate everybody watching this evening. Looking forward to a lot of fun as the pace car is going to pull off right now in the hands of Joshua Durham, who will start it on the green flag. And here we go. It's race number 6 of the Sunset Arctic Games USRC Grand National Series here from Sin City, Las Vegas. Lap number 1 going to go to Josh Durham, Frank DiMaggio, Matthew Telder up to the 3rd position. Under attack from Bill Alt, who started in the 6th position. Oh, and one car's getting loose. Ben Dunn on the inside. He saves it. And here comes Dylan Alt, taking advantage of that move inside of Brian Perry for the 7th position already. I'll make that 5th. Dylan Alt running through this field right now. Oh, another car, Drift, getting loose back there in the 14. He saves it. That bottom groove is not cooperating with cars right now. Would drift as he rides through the bumps there in turn 1 and 2 where he just got loose a second ago. Up front for the lead, Frank DiMaggio, Frank the Tank, taking that Jeff Gordon paint to the front. Carry the momentum down the straightaway. You can carry the audio too, I guess, if you want. But right in front of him, Justin Laxton, that 53 car, or I'm used to it being the 53. It's actually the 93 in this series, moving up a spot to the 8th position. Unscheduled pit stop for the Xbox 32. Looks like he's got some left side damage on that car. Unfortunate deal there. Justin looking back at Brian White. Or Brian White. Brian Perry. Sorry to both Ryan White and Brian Perry. Rolling the throttle. Tires are going to get eaten up here for a pretty good amount of this race. Look at there, you can see the helmets, all these guys. Ryan White there on the outside, the 93 going by. Three-car Matthew Telder right there in front of him. Frank DiMaggio leads by 1.2 seconds right now over Bill Alt. Durham hanging on to third right now. So far, clean and green. The battle on for the fourth position as Fontaine battles with Sam Fontaine, or Fontaine's battling himself all of a sudden here. Dylan Alt to the inside of Sam Fontaine, or Brew as we like to know him as. Oh, Fontaine got tight. Here comes Dylan. He should be able to clear him into turn 3. There's Dylan. Got a good battle back here with, let's see, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. All these guys in line here from Matthew Telder all the way back to Brian Perry there in that 62. Brian started on the front row and is back in the 13th position right now. That's what I forgot to do. There we go. Like something's missing on my screen. Unfortunately, I ran out of time getting everything set up after the race a little bit ago. Thought I had enough time, but I didn't. But at least I can fix it. Harmon looks at the inside of the 3. Telder's starting to kind of free fall a little bit. Didn't get much practice. As you see, the James Jacobs, number 71. You got the 21 of Sean Peach in there. The 88 new paints for Justin Hughes tonight. As I always like to say in chat, if you want to chat it up a little bit with me, feel free to do so. If you want to talk about the race a little bit, you can also do that. As Sean blinks out a little bit. That's kind of scary. Biggest mover in this race early is James Jacobs, up 12 positions to the 8th position. James doing a really good job in this race. There he is up on the high side in that Mustang, which, by the way, today is National Mustang Day. Not the horse, but the actual car. So Dylan Alt and Sam Fontaine. Oh, Josh Durham in the wall, the pole sitter. Goes to the inside and saves it. But unfortunately, off the pace, he smacked that wall pretty hard in turn 2. Keeps it down. And he's just going to safely merge it back on. So nice job by the 72 there to keep himself out of trouble. And there's your leader, Frank DiMaggio, leading the Alt family right now. 1 second over Bill, 2 seconds over Dylan. Go back here with Cody Beatty, who once again had a terrible starting position tonight. It's to the point where he's messaging me, asking me to go back to the old qualifying format. And I think he's actually being serious about it. This good fight for the 12th, 13th, and 14th position. You see the multi-grooves, Stefan up there on that top side. You see him start to get that momentum off the corner. Ford almost getting the wall there. So I wonder if his car is starting to get tight. The back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. These guys fighting it out, and we're going to jump up here to the 3rd position. Fontaine right now holding it. Justin Laxton, well, he was about 3 tenths behind him. Laxton lost about 2 tenths there in that corner, and now has Thomas Harmon, the champion from the Truck Series, right here behind him. Old Plaid Dog 835. And Harmon goes by for the spot. Harmon going to try to cross him back over into the corner. Let's go back as that has calmed down. Look at these guys are still fighting. Matter of fact, Ford is on the free fall now. Ryan White to his inside. Move the 10 up a spot. Clean and green so far through the first 22 laps of this Las Vegas 120 here. Let's slide back 2 positions here is Daniel Trottier. There in that 49 on the, and the 19, the Culver's car of Travis Sedzillo gets the wall, and Brandon Trujembo running the old Ryan Newman 2001 paint when Newman ran the 02 car. That is what that car is. And Telder now under attack from the 88 of Justin Hughes. That Supra looking pretty super. Working the wheel there. Pretty solid, it looks like, for the most part. Not getting too loose, not too tight. He's there. This tire's getting pretty worn out. They do have 3 sets to work with tonight. And basically how the tire sets work, as Dylan Alt's going to make the pass on his father, Bill, for second. We'll go to that here in a second. But basically how that works, how we set that up, is how many stops can you do on a green flag run? Here you can do about 55 or so to 60-ish. So if you do 55, obviously it's 55, 110, 2 stops, and then we add a set of tires outside of the 2. So 3 sets of tires for tonight's race. So if we get some cautions late, could be very, very interesting strategies coming on in this series. as the 78 of Cody Beatty's got issues. He has spun over here in turn 2. Got quiet there for a second as Cody spun. Let's go see the replay, but apparently, starting to wonder now. I know I turned the cautions on last night because I usually do. What happens to Cody? Oh, he just gets tight into the outside wall and then clobbered by Ryan White and spins to the infield. And for the lead, here comes Dylan. Maggio's trying to stay on his quarter panel here to clear him, or stay with him. And Dylan's going to clear for the lead. Well, Frank DiMaggio led the first 27 laps. Oh, don't mind that on the screen. Sorry about that. I'm actually doing some investigating real quickly because I'm the one to put the session up, so I'm actually able to go in. Uh-oh, looks like I did not put them on. I'm looking here. Whoopsies. Well, you see what happens when you take a week off. You're screwed up. But I'll message JW real quickly here and let him know this. Because I'm able to do that here. Just got to go to the right channel. So 32 laps in the books. And Dylan Alt leads Bill Alt. Armin Fontaine. And back here, the battle for the 7th position is Justin Hughes, Sean Peachin, Matthew Tellner, Brian Perry. All fight for it. Looking to the inside comes Brian Perry on Telder for the 9th position in this race. Again, just trying to take care of a couple little things I noticed I messed up on. So my apologies to the drivers. I apparently screwed up the session, which happens every once in a while. And look at this fight here. This is the 49 of Trochier and the 10 of Ryan White for position. Some great racing all over the place here, trying to catch all the passes and all the great stuff that's been going on tonight. Dylan Alt leads, Bill Alt second. As we're coming up on a third distance, should be seeing the first round of pit stops coming up here in just a little bit. Josh Durham and Cedric Ingram battle for 19th, so Josh is falling all the way back here. Gonna have a little fun here for a second. I'm so used to putting up practice sessions the last couple weeks with the week off that I think I just overlooked it. I'm sorry, that's my bad. That is on. I can confirm. That's my turn damage on. We're laughing about it over in the admin chat right now. Just an honest mistake on my part. My bad, drivers. So, anyhow. Telder and Peach in here continuing to battle it out. I feel bad, but I'm kind of mad at myself now, too, about it. Peachin falling back. Telder going to go by. Takes that position away. Comes Brian Perry. Michael Steffen getting past to the 49 of Trotier. As the 09 is on pit road, unscheduled pit stop for him. Steffen running close to Trotier. And one car spinning in the front straightaway. Not sure who that was. I saw smoke. Matthew Telder, who spun in the infield. See what happened to him. Saw the beginning of that wreck happen. Well, he clobbers the wall off turn 4 here. Oh, he's getting loose, overcorrects it. Ouch. And he's still trying to save her and then spins it out. Keeps it off the track, so no caution. So J.W. Miller is actually in the booth as a admin tonight. So as Justin Laxton comes to pit road, so scheduled pit stops here, lap 42. So he's actually making the calls now with this happening. If he sees a wreck that warrants a caution, he will throw a caution out. So as Justin Laxton to pit road, you saw Cedric Ingram in. Pulling away 15.3. You see Drift has been on pit road. Cody Beatty pitted just a little bit ago with the damage on his car. Cedric Ingram been on pit road. As we continue under the green, there's the fresh tires of Cedric going by Dylan. As Sean Peachin going to get passed by Brian Perry here for the 7th position. Langenfeld coming up with those fresh tires and the damaged number 3 of Matthew Telder, who's just going to get sandwiched in the middle here. As Ben Dunn and Trujembo come to pit road. So Ben Dunn in, Trujembo on pit road. Now Trottier coming to pit road, lap 45. Joshua Durham on pit road, the pole sitter, as Trottier pits. They got to remember, 5 in, 5 out. And now Frank DiMaggio to pit road. Here comes the 24, started up near the front. Worked his way up there, led some laps. Tires and fuel, and Frank pulls out as Telder pulls in. So Frank, the first of the leaders to come to pit road. Let's see how much of a advantage that plays as Dylan continues to run out front here. Sean Peachin to pit road. You see Ford on pit road also. Sun just about set here in Vegas. As Sean Peachin leaves pit road. There goes Sean in the 21 off pit road. As Thomas Harmon starting to catch the 7 of Bill Alder. It's going to be a battle for the 2nd position here. Bill, the winner from Talladega last week. Going to give it to Harmon. Vavro Levine up to the 2nd position. Unfortunately, some 4 seconds almost back from Dylan. Brian Perry on pit road now. So we are now 10 laps from the halfway point. The question going to be, when do these leaders come to pit road? And can they make it to that lap 60 mark somehow? A lot of these guys working a tire strategy. And Harmon. And we got 2. And 3 wide down here. We had 2 spinning. I think Robert Smith went sliding through the grass or something happened as Thomas Harmon on pit road. This is at lap number 52. Nick Jezebowski on pit road also. Now Fontaine's coming to pit road, so you're seeing two different strategies here. You got guys pitting at lap number 40, and now you got guys pitting at lap 50, and I doubt you're going to see anybody get to lap 60. If so, you better be mega saving somehow. Dylan crossing the line, completing another lap. Here comes the fresh tires of Frank DiMaggio back behind him. Again, it's been caution-free so far in this race, but that is, I think all the wrecks we've seen have been off the track, so we really haven't had any action on the track. The closest was Cody Beatty getting the wall and spinning across, but down into the apron. So, thankfully, for my mistake, we haven't had really any incidents that warranted a caution that iRacing would have probably thrown. That would probably been the closest one, was the Cody deal. So thankfully that's our situation. So but a whole bunch of cars battling for spots here. Cody Beatty, Sean Peachin back here now. Cody's on a little bit older tires than some of these cars. And Cody slaps the wall again off turn 2. You got these cars on fresh tires. You got cars on older tires, all working a strategy. Right now, the top 6, well, Frank DiMaggio just moved up to 6, but 6 out of the top 7 have not come to pit road yet. Those are the guys trying to make this on fuel. Alt going to come by and complete another lap here. Is he going to make it? If he makes it to lap 60, then he is set to go to the finish. See all these cars going by. I think Dylan's trying to save now. He's slowing down a lot. A lot of cars going by here. And starting to hear some unhappy drivers about some incidents out there on the track. And Dylan's out of gas right now. Dylan is out of gas. You can hear his car's not running. Either that or he shut it off. He might have shut the engine off because look at the backfire. Bill Auld on pit road. Michael Steffens on pit road. So everybody now coming to pit road. And that's going to hand the lead to Frank DiMaggio. So the strategies are all in play now. Everybody's got one set of tires used. And because of that, Frank DiMaggio leads Thomas Harmon by 1.6 seconds. Justin Laxton is now third. Fontaine and Drift, your top five. Dylan Alt is all the way back in the 9th position, 11 seconds back now from the lead. But he's got the freshest tires out of everybody. Which, though, means he is going to have to find a way to run 61 laps to get to the finish, because he fell 1 lap short of the finish of the one stopper. Back here watching Ford losing a spot to Dylan Alt, to Bill Alt. That is the 13th and 14th position. Of course, Bill pitted right there with his father lap-wise as Andy Moore comes to pit road. Oh, and Andy Moore apparently had a flat tire. Andy Moore must have blown a right front tire because he had a meatball. Dylan Alt Peachin making a pass on Trottier for the 8th position. You can just see who's got the freshest tires, and now they just pull away with this strategy. Caution free in this race. But again, part of it is a mistake on my end that has cautions actually turned off, but the admins can throw a yellow if it's warranted, and we really, again, have not seen a wreck that's warranted a caution. I mean, the closest one was the Cody Beatty incident just a little bit ago, but no caution was thrown for it. And we've been cleaning greens for it because of it. So what has been fantastic racing here. Everybody's been to pit road, so we're actually going to take a quick little break here and step away, and we'll come back here with the last 50 laps of this race here at Las Vegas as you're watching Captain TV. Back at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Sunset Arctic Games, of course, the sponsor of this USRC Grand National Series, the game Baltic Pistol. You can get that on Steam. So you can make sure you go check out that game. You can purchase it on Steam right now as we speak. Looking at this fight here, we're watching it during the break. I was, at least. Sean Peachin, Brian Perry, Daniel Trottier, and Bill Alt back here. This is 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th position here. Andy Moore a lap down in the 25th. As we come up to 50 laps to go in this race that has been caution-free so far. Perry drives it down to the bottom. Oh, trouble turn on the back straightaway. Somebody's spinning. Travis Sedzillo goes around. And down at the bottom of the track. So he's on the apron. Let's see what happens to the 19. I saw a lot of smoke out of the old Culver's Butterburger machine. He gets tight, smacks the wall, and Telder sends him spinning. Kind of interesting that happened, and ironic is, oh, by the way, we have a new leader. Thomas Harmon has just gone by the 24 of Frank DiMaggio for the lead. Ooh, Robert up against the outside wall almost there, was able to save it. Oh, now he's in the wall. Fight to here just continues not to end. All these cars right here fighting for position now. As Bill Alt's going to go to the inside of Brian Perry. This is the 8th position there. As Cody Beatty comes to pit road, also Robert Smith on pit road here. But again, next week for these guys, Saturday night, Pocono Raceway. 70 laps there on the Tricky Triangle. Of course, we'll have the qualifying draw after the BPRL Friday night race. It'll be around 11 or 11:30 like last night. And then after that, we go racing on Saturday night. But tomorrow night, we'll continue on the air with race number 9. Nope, race number 8. Sorry, I lose count. Consecutively, that we will run here on Captain TV 7 nights in a row, 8 races in a row. The BPRL Clash Series, the Cup Cars running open setups at Talladega tomorrow night at 7:45. We'll have that for you here on Captain TV to wrap up the weekend. Good fight here now with Perry and Drift. So we have 15 cars on the lead lap. Great racing all over this place here. How about, let's go back here to the 13th, 14th position. There's Michael Steffen, who's a lap down. I was hearing a little bit of talk during a commercial. I think it was Steffen and DiMaggio having a little disagreement out on track. Ben Dunn on pit road in the Kool-Aid number 4. Starting to see potentially a Justin battle here. There's Justin Laxton, Justin Hughes, and then Bill Alt starting to trail in on Hughes. board with Bill Auld as Robert Smith is singing right now in chat. That's a new one. So here we are. One car in the wall. Sean Peachin is up against the outside wall here. As the 0-2 comes to pit road. Not sure if Sean was trying to get to pit road or what the deal is, but Sean is off the pace here. So as we see now, the second round of pit stops starting to happen. Justin Laxton coming in. Harmon continuing to lead by 2.5 seconds over Frank DiMaggio. Dylan Alt right there in the third position. You see him getting passed, I think, by Cody Beatty there behind him. Sam Fontaine up to fourth and Bill Alt fifth. As Sean Peachin has spun on the back straightaway as he tried to come off pit road. I don't know if you can see the smoke there, but Sean unfortunately not having a good night. As Justin Hughes comes to pit road. '88 pulls into a stall. Right side tires going on. So the next question, when does Harmon, when does Alt, when does DiMaggio, these guys come to pit road? And can Dylan find a way to do 61 laps? He got 59 the last time. See the fresh tires of Trujembo coming through. Six laps in the book, still 33 laps to go here. With so much pit strategy, I'm trying to keep you caught up with it, what's all going on with who's pitting when as Ford comes to pit road now. DiMaggio, I think his car's starting to fall off here a little bit as here comes Fontaine, that 77 car back behind him. As I mentioned, Ford's on pit road, Trocier on pit road. see the 72 at Durham. Looks like he's got some fresh tires, trying to roll that high side up there. Fontaine to the inside. And he will take the third position away. Definitely got to keep an eye on all the strategies here. Anybody who pitted at, say, lap 45 would be coming to pit road probably right now to get tires, but I would see probably nobody in the next. As Thomas Harmon comes to pit road, the leader is in. So the next question, does Dylan alter, no pun intended, his strategy to this strategy, or is he going to stay out and try to go 61? But Harmon is in. DiMaggio is in. Four tires and fuel for Harmon. 14.9 for him. DiMaggio in right now. Sam Fontaine on pit road. So the leader's starting to pit here. Fontaine pulls away with a 14.8, actually 10.6. Fontaine, two tires? Interesting strategy if that's the case. I'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, Dylan is starting to shut his fuel off. You can hear, we're going to go on board with him. I can hear him shut his engine off. So now that everybody is pitted, listen closely. I can't tell if he's shutting his engine completely off. Now Thomas Harmon just ran the fastest lap of the race at 31.25. Here comes Harmon right now to unlap himself from Dylan. So once again, I do want to mention that the cameras tonight provided by TrackCams22.com. The track cams, as Sam Fontaine has got issues. I was just about to read it, and I looked up and somebody's red. Fontaine is wrecked on the backstretch. See what happened to Grew. And remember, he just took two tires, so let's see what happened. Oh, he gets over the bumps, back end's coming around. Saving it, trying to hold on to it. Oh, and Tank slaps it into the wall. And it pounds the inside. Ooh, over near where Jeff Gordon hit the wall a couple years ago. And he's off the track, so keeps on going on. I was starting to say the cameras, though, brought to you by our new friends at Track Cam 4 Gourmets. They've been making iRacing cameras since 2012, and they focus on oval, road, and of course the dirt series also. If you're looking for a VR experience and also a fan experience with these cameras, you can also check them out at trackcams22.com. There's a link in the YouTube info page in the YouTube information. Make sure you check that out today, and that's the cameras you're seeing on track tonight for the first time here in the USRC series. So Dylan Alt leads right now. He is trying to go 61 laps on a tank of fuel to win this race. Him and his father both went 59 laps, which would leave him 2 laps short. He's got Thomas Harmon 25 seconds back. So Harmon coming out of turn 4 as Dylan Alt's in turn 3. Can Harmon make up a complete lap on the Alt family? As the battle on for 4th with DiMaggio and Laxton. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sean. Yeah, and I'm going to put out a post after the race too, obviously, and I'll say to you on the stream, I'm sorry that the caution issue happened. That's totally my fault. I'm pretty disappointed myself on that. So I know, like, JW never told me it's okay, but it's like, you know. And I know I've stressed this before. We've all made mistakes as admins, but just irresponsible on my end. So my fault. Harmon got it down to 23 seconds. Let's go back here. Ralph Fasano, haven't said his name all night in that Miami University Camaro. He's got the 02 of Trajembo there behind him, and Nick Jezabowski there in the 82. Oh, Ralph clipping the apron just a little bit. So let's do some math here. We got 17 laps to go. Last time by, Thomas Harmon was 1.2 seconds faster than Dylan Alt. At 1.2 seconds, that gets you to 2.4, 3.6, 4.8, 6 seconds in 5 laps. 6 at 5. To do 21 seconds, which we're at right now. Yes, I'm doing math live on the air. That would be very close to 15 to 20 laps. Somewhere in that range to get to Dylan Alt. So this race is not over yet. Ride with Thomas Harmon. Thomas has got it down to 18 seconds right now. It's going to be close if he can get to him. But right now, the bed's made for Dylan. He has no choice but to either make it all the way or not. something is going to, either way, he's going to win this race on fuel mileage, which is going to make me have to make a decision in the future about how many sets of tires we run. I might have to run 2 next time. Let's go back here as this battle shapes up now. Trottier and Drift. Drift running in the 8th position. Let's go back here. Brian Perry and Ryan White now for the 9th and 10th spots. Steffen, I think he's trying to save fuel back here in that 669 car. Michael pitted at lap 58. So if Alton them can't make it, he's really going to be short. As Fontaine's on pit road, unscheduled stop. We'll come to 10 laps to go next time by. What has been a wild race tonight. Unfortunately, some drivers seem to be unhappy with each other from what I'm hearing. I'm just like sitting here watching. I'm in my head like, how is he going to pull this off? If he does 61 laps, that'll be amazing. I mean, then again, it's Dylan Ault, who's been pretty dadgum good all season. Cody Beatty, unfortunately, not having his best run tonight. One that's been hoping for a change in the way the draw's been happening each race. Unfortunately, he's been getting 20-something and 30-something place starting spots every week, unfortunately. Bill's about 5 seconds ahead of Thomas Harmon, so Harmon's going to catch Bill. And it's still 12 seconds to Dylan, so I don't think now at this rate Harmon can catch Dylan unless he runs out of fuel. They'll come up to 5 laps to go this time. So the drivers who are trying to make it on fuel here, you have Dylan Ault, Bill Ault, Michael Steffen, who's all the way back in 18th, and then you got Ralph Asano also trying to go all the way on one fuel cell. 4 laps to go. He's shutting the engine off still. He's got 6.5 on his father, Bill, and you got Harmon 10 seconds back. Another thing that's probably helping him a little bit is this draft from Trottier. So if he's going to run out of gas, it's going to be in the next 2 laps. As Dylan Alt takes the white flag. Just been listening to the audio in the race here and trying to see if Dylan's running out or not. I think Bill Alt might be out. Bill's falling off the pace, it looks like back there. 8.5, 8, 6, 7. Here's Dylan, though. He could probably coast it from here. He pitted at lap number 59. And is going to go 61 laps on a tank of fuel to score his 5th win of the season as Dylan Alt wins in Vegas. He gambled and won. Harmon goes second. Bill Alt runs out of gas, finishing third. Frank DiMaggio fourth. Justin Laxton getting a top 5. Oh, and then they wreck. And Dylan's out of gas. He just ran out over there at the start-finish line. All right, let's take a look at the final results. Unbelievable. Dylan Alt wins this thing on fuel mileage tonight. Harmon finishes second, Bill Alt third, Frank DiMaggio fourth, and Justin Laxton gets a top 5. Justin Hughes, Daniel Trottier, Drift finishes 8th, Brian Perry 9th, and Ford finishes 10th. Brandon Trajembo finishes 12th, 11th make that, Durham 12th, Cody Beatty 13th, Cedric Ingram 14th, and Ryan White is 15th. Zach Colleen in 16th, Bram Fasano 17th, Sam Fontaine 18th, and 19th goes to Michael Steffen. 20th, Ben Dunn. 21st, Travis Zillow. Nick Jezebowski 22nd. 23rd is Andy Moore. 24th, Matthew Telder. 25th, Robert Smith. 26th, Jonathan Thomas. 27th, Sean Peachin. Langenfeld finishes 28th and last, unfortunately, in this race. As we will talk to our winner here in just a second. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do is we're going to step away for a quick second, and we'll come back and we'll talk to the top 3 in this race and wrap it up and go home for the night here on Captain TV. All right, back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Dylan Auld has won the race on fuel mileage tonight. A little bit different way of doing it, but we will talk to him right now. Let's drag him down here. He's actually live over in his driver chat right now, but I'm going to interrupt him and drag him down here and cut his channel off. How nice of me to do that. But Dylan, congratulations, man. I personally didn't think you could do 61 laps, but you found a way to do it and get the checkered flag tonight for a 5th time this season. Yeah, the caution deal, that worked out a lot for everybody, it seemed like tonight. I think the guy that put up the session did a good job of that. But needless to say, yeah, just a great race though, man. I'm happy for you, obviously, and way to come back after the Talladega stuff for that to happen. But talk about just how tough it is for somebody to actually save fuel, because I mean, you got so many things going on. You're trying to draft like you were drafted off the 49 there the last 5 laps. You got to shut the engine off. Not to mention, if you don't have the setting of turning it automatically on, you got to turn it on yourself. You got a whole bunch of things you have to do. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, you did a great job, man. Congrats on the win. Another way of winning it right there, fuel mileage. So send shout-outs to whoever you like to, bud. Absolutely. Well, nice job, Dylan. Congratulations, and go celebrate another win. Absolutely, Dylan Alt with the victory there. So go back to showing the live video up in the other chat. I interrupted him doing that. Let's see. Oh, he's over there. Well, I'll jump over here to this chat, I guess, and bring in Thomas Harmon. We'll talk to him here as Thomas. Oh, don't tell me that. I turned it on, didn't I? Oh, crap. Yeah, you got me, but it's been one of those. It's one of those things where you get something in your head, and, like, I'm mad at myself right now for what happened with the caution deal. So, unfortunately for Dylan, nobody heard Dylan just now. So, anyways, we'll talk to you, though. And congratulations, man, on your second-place run. The strategy there worked out for you and got a top 2 out of it.
I wouldn't say it worked out. I just got lucky that Bill ran out, coming out of 4, and I was close enough to get there. But the should have been caution on lap 5. Definitely would have made it a one-stopper for everybody, and would have definitely changed the ball game between the top 4 of us. Yeah, I think Frank ended up somewhere in there. But yeah, it would have made the race really interesting at that point. But overall, yeah, good race. Not really brag about or complain about. But
hey,
it happens.
Well, you got good race. I mean, you got 2 good finishes so far. I mean, wild one at Talladega and then this one. And you go to Pocono, but it's been a couple good races for you so far since you've returned.
Yeah, thankfully both of them have been in my wheelhouse, but Pocono, I'm pretty good there, I think, anyway, but I'm sure Frank will teach me something.
Yeah, and hopefully we all can learn something here this evening, but nice job tonight, man. You can send shout-outs to whoever you like to, bud.
Shout out to you up in the booth for broadcasting it to everybody, all the fans that watch, all the drivers that show up, and all the fans that show up in my stream.
Yeah, there you go. Go check out Thomas's stream. You missed somebody.
Huh?
You missed somebody.
Oh shit, I did. Now we're on the side. Got a new paint scheme being worked up, and sorry.
Oh, that made my night right there. All the mess ups I've had, I'll take that one. Nice job, man.
Thanks, sir.
Absolutely. Thomas Harmon had to get Averill in there. I guess he should know. I mean, it's only on his thing too. And let me jump back over to the other stream, the other chat, I should say. And I don't even think he's here. Yeah, I don't see Bill here, so I think Bill might have taken off. So, all right. Well, good job, Bill, finishing 3rd, man. Happy for everybody, but well, we move on. Yes, I'm pretty disappointed right now in myself, so that's kind of why you hear some of the screw-ups that have been happening with the audio and stuff. Sorry to Dylan for not being able to get the interview on. That's on me, too. But anywho, we move on. I'll get everything fixed up for Pocono and make sure I don't make that mistake again. That's one that I thought I wouldn't make ever again, and I did. So, anywho, we move on. So, thanks to everybody for watching. A big shout-out for, of course, our newest camera guy, the Tracks for Gourmet. Appreciate those guys for coming on board. You can go to trackcams22.com. When you watch the broadcast here, the last couple, hopefully you enjoy the new cameras working and stuff like that. But they do work with the ovals, roads, and dirt series, and so much more. They've been doing cameras since 2012. You can check them out again, trackcams22.com. Shout out to Dakota DeMay for sponsoring this series. Also with the Sunset Arctic Games, and of course Voltic Pistol. Make sure you go check that out on Steam. So with that said, thanks for iRacing also for allowing me to broadcast this. Tomorrow night we're on the air for the BPRL Clash Series at Talladega Super Speedway. So another fun race coming up here tomorrow night. We'll be ready for that. And as always, like to leave you with, remember, this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!
The nerves I've taken, they're told. Get strong.